I chose to study the IE Brown Executive MBA because as I looked ahead at my career, I realized I would be taking on more and more responsibility and making critical decisions with significant consequences. So I wanted the absolute best preparation to make those decisions, and I felt that similar to a liberal arts approach to education, the unique blend between traditional business curriculum as well as humanities would prepare me to do that. I'm Genaro Morones, Jr. I am an American. I currently live in Orange County, California, and I work in the medical device engineering industry. So I think the IE Brown Executive MBA has changed my life professionally by opening up new opportunities. I'm able to work in different functions in different industries because of my appreciation for the bigger picture in business and society. I think personally, I've also been able to expand my social network. I've formed really close relationships with my cohort that do represent various nationalities, ethnicities, and industries as well. For students who are about to begin the program, I would encourage them to allow time for reflection and discussion. I think it's a very intensive program. The pace is fast, and so being able to keep up with the readings, being able to follow lectures is important. But I think more important than that is being able to really converse about the content that we are being taught, to really ingrain those. I would define my experience in the IE Brown Executive MBA using the word forge. I think forge has several definitions that best describe that experience. I think there are certainly times throughout the program where you are put to the fire. You are tested, you are shaped in order to gain a better understanding. And also throughout the program, there's a continuous process. You also see evidence of forging ahead. That is, you have a progressive process of understanding. My favorite memory of the IE Brown Executive MBA, it's actually difficult to pinpoint. I think there have been so many fond memories, but the one that stands out, I think, was the first night that I went to dinner and interacted with my team. It was interesting that we had never met in person before, but we were able to have an amazing conversation, and it felt as though we had known each other for many, many years. What makes this program so unique is really the people. I think that this program tends to attract a certain type of person. And although we're a very diverse group with various nationalities, ethnicities, religions, and experiences in numerous industries, we also have a common interest, a deep sort of care and concern for the world around us. Before the IE Brown Executive MBA, I served in the military in various countries, and I think what I gained from this program was exposure to a variety of new perspectives, new problems, new ideas, and that's really allowed me to think ever more critically about the problems that we face. It's been incredibly interesting going through this program during a global pandemic. I think we have been faced with a lot of logistical challenges, just being able to interact. But I think this is an appropriate time to be going through this process. It's a reflection of our professional challenges as well. And I think being able to adapt to this challenge has really been enlightening. So yes, we've been able to implement tools such as social media, platforms like WhatsApp and Zoom and Google Hangouts to overcome some of the challenges. And while that, not having a face-to-face interaction is not ideal, I think it's caused us to think very creatively about how we can have those quality interactions. And I feel like this has really shaped my understanding It's allowed me to sort of test those tools to understand what works and what doesn't work. And that's something that I can apply in the professional setting as well. When I consider the decision-making process at the intersection of business and society, I've come to learn through this program that accounting for business implications to society is not optional. In fact, there are many direct and indirect consequences to business decisions, both in the short term and the long term. And because of that, it's not an option, rather it's an imperative to really account for those implications going forward. You also see evidence of being able to forge ahead. That is taking a gradual approach and gaining a progressively increasing understanding of the world around you. To achieve a work-life balance while participating in the IE Brown program, I first had to secure the time to participate effectively. This involved having a conversation with my family, with my friends, to be supportive throughout the program. In particular, I had to ensure that my wife was able to absorb some of the responsibilities at home. So I'm married, have 3 children. It's very intense to balance family life, work life, and school, but it is possible. I think deep down inside, I see myself as entrepreneurial at heart. And aside from gaining very practical business knowledge for the industry that I currently work in, it's also kind of broadened my mind. It's instilled a level of confidence to really be able to establish my own venture going forward. I've met with like-minded folks in diverse teams, and I've been able to work through really interesting problems. And I feel like that's a vital benefit of this program.